A very good morning everyone. Today we will discuss the last topic of federalism, and the last topic is decentralization in India. So in this we will discuss what is decentralization, why there is a need of decentralization, what drawbacks were there in the system of local self-governance in India before 1992, and what changes were brought after 1992. Then we will discuss about the system of Panchayati Raj system in India and how it is the largest experiment in democracy all over the world. Now let us begin with the first topic. What is decentralization? When power is taken away from the central government and state government and is given to local government, we call it decentralization. Now what is the objective behind it? The objective is maximum participation of local people. Now why maximum participation? Because local people know better about the problems at local level. So they have a better knowledge, they have a better understanding of local problems, so they can solve the problems in a better way. So that's why there is a need of local self-government. And so this local self-government or system of decentralization was there in India when our constitution was implemented in 1950. But there were some drawbacks. Now the major three drawbacks were that there were no regular elections to the panchayats. Okay, जो 5 साल में regular election है वो नहीं होता था. Then the state governments were not giving maximum power to the local government. There were no separate funding specifically for local government. It was in 1992 the then UPA government headed by late Prime Minister Narasimha Rao so came up with certain ratifications in local self-government. That was through 73rd and 74th amendment in the constitution. It was made in the year 1992 and local self-government was given more power in 1992. So there can be a separate question that what changes were brought in the system of local self-government in 1992. The first thing was that regular elections were to be conducted. So regular elections नहीं हो रहा था, that regular elections were to be conducted. Secondly, local self government जो पंचायत इलेक्शन होगा, म्युनिसिपल कमिटीज में इलेक्शन होगा, उसमें there would be reservation for SC, ST, OBC, and one of the major recommendation of the local self government in 1992 was 1/3 seats will be given to women in local self government. So that was to make the position of women strong in grassroots level. Then a separate state election commission will be there, and what would be its work? Its work is to conduct election in panchayat and in municipal corporations or municipal committees. Then state governments were ordered to share power and resources with local self-government. So these were the changes brought in local self-government in 1992. Have a quick recap. When power is taken away from the center and state governments and given to local governments, we call it decentralization. There is a need of local self-government because the issues and problems of local level can be best settled at local level and local people have better knowledge and understanding of local problems. Now, there can be a question on what were the drawbacks in local self-government before 1992. So, there were no regular elections, less power was given to local self-governments and less resources they had. Now, what changes were brought after 1992? The first major change, regular elections were conducted. The reservation was given for SC, ST, OBC in local self-government. One major recommendation was 1/3 seat for women in local self-government. A state election commission was constituted to conduct election in panchayats and municipal committee and municipal corporations. And at last, the state government has to share power and revenue with local self-government. So that's the end of the topic. Now we will look into the Panchayati Raj system in India. In class 6th or 7th, you have discussed that there are two types of Panchayati Raj system, one for the rural level, another is for the urban level. And in rural level, the local self-government is of 3 tiers. Starting from the grassroots level is of Gram Panchayat. In Gram Panchayat, there is a Sarpanch, okay, and the members of Gram Sabha, they elect Sarpanch. Who are the members? Those who are above 18. And it is mandatory that every year 2 to 3 times there should be meeting of Gram Sabha. So the members of Gram Sabha, they elect the members of Gram Panchayat and Sarpanch. A number of Gram Panchayats, they form a block and it is known as Panchayat Samiti and Block Samiti. Panchayat Samiti is also having a head who is sometimes known as Mandal Adhyaksh or Mandal President or Block Samiti or President of the block. Then the highest level of local self-government or Panchayat Raj at district level is Jilla Parishad, and a Jilla Parishad is having a head called chairperson. Similarly, in urban level also there are 2 bodies. One is municipal corporation and another is municipal committee. For smaller cities, for smaller towns, there is municipal committee and it is headed by a municipal chairperson. And for bigger towns, there is municipal corporation, जिसको आप नगर निगम बोलते हो, and the head is mayor. So this is the system of local self-government in India. Now let us conclude the topic. We had a discussion what is decentralization, why there is a need of decentralization, drawbacks in the system of decentralization before 1992. Then we had a discussion what changes were brought in the field of local self-government after 1992. Then we had a brief discussion on Panchayati Raj system in India, जिसमें हमने डिस्कस किया ग्राम पंचायत, then पंचायत समिति, देन जिला परिषद. ये तीनों जो है रूरल लेवल पे लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट है और अर्बन बॉडीज में हमारी म्युनिसिपल कमेटी म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन है. सो नाउ लेट अस कंक्लूड द टॉपिक दैट द लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट इन इंडिया इज हैविंग अराउंड 36 lakhs of representatives. This number 36 lakhs of representatives in local self-government is larger than population of many countries of the world. That's why in the last page of the chapter there is a statement so that local self-government in India is the largest experiment in democracy in the world. That's why it is told that India is having the largest democracy. Okay, so you remember that there are 36 lakh representatives in local self-government. And this number is more than population of many countries of the world. दूसरा है local self government give effective representation to women. 1/3 reservation women के लिए है grassroots level में. So this is how it is having effective power sharing also. But still there are many drawbacks. सबसे पहला drawback है कि अभी तक बहुत सारे स्टेट्स लोकल सेल्फ गवर्नमेंट को उतने पावर नहीं दिए हैं. सो देयर हैज नॉट बीन सिग्निफिकेंट ट्रांसफर ऑफ पावर from state governments to local self-government. There has not been significant transfer of revenue also from the state governments to local self-government. So this is need to be done. Otherwise, local self-government is a large step in deepening of democracy in India. Like this, we have completed chapter 2. So whatever doubts you are having, do ask. Have a nice day.